Hello, welcome back to Phoenix Wright. Trials and Tribulations. Well, we're now reconvene. Mr. Payne, please call your witness. This next person is someone who witnessed the crime as it happened. The prosecution calls Miss Dahlia Hawthorne to the stand. Oh. What's with this stiff silence? In my long career as a judge, I have been deceived by many witnesses. It's my job to doubt, to take no one at their word. But in your case, I must admit that you radiate a glow of complete sincerity. I can't believe he actually said that. Now then, witness, could you please state your full name? Don't worry, sweetie. There's no need to be nervous. Where did the butterflies come from? If anyone says anything rude, you can be sure I'll cut them right down the sides. And I will bash them with my gavel. Oh no, they look straight at me when they say that. Thank you for calming my nerves. You're all so nice. I almost feel right at home. Not at all. It was nothing. If we may move on now, what is your full name and occupation? My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm a junior in literature at Ivy University. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. The honor is all mine. No, the honor is all mine. Well, we know whose milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Sir? Is there something I can help you with? You just go on and say whatever is on your mind. I'm sure that there must be some kind of mistake. Vivi wouldn't kill anyone. I just know it. Yes, I can see why you say that. She's going to be a tough witness, alright. It only took her 12 seconds to wrap them all around her little finger. Now then, please proceed with your testimony. Let's hear about what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please. Ooh, that was a good introduction. What I witnessed. I'd been planning to go back to Phoebe's place after class was over. Phoebe and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. Then suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. That's when Phoebe noticed that I was there. I went to go and find some other students, and they called the authorities. I don't know what to say. According to you, Miss Hawthorne, the defendant didn't do anything wrong. Young lady, as old as I am, even I recall how hot the flames of young passion can burn. Nevertheless, it is my job to discover the truth. Please, tell us the truth. But, I would never. That's more than enough, witness. I won't allow this to continue. What do you mean by that? Please, just let me proceed with my cross-examination, Your Honor. I, for one, don't plan to win my case on a bunch of paper-thin lies. You haven't changed a bit. What's this? So, you two are acquainted? Yes, we've met before. Once. In any case, Miss Faye, the floor is all yours. It's good to see you again, Madam Faye. Madam? I'm no one's grandma yet, girly. Oh. No, she's so cute. So who is this Dougie person? Oh, I'm sorry. Doug's one. We were dating until about 8 months ago. So what were Dougie, Mr. Swallow, and Mr. Wright talking about anyway? How can you be so mean? I would never eavesdrop. I wasn't raised to be so rude and unrefined. That's right, Miss Faye. Don't drag the witness down to your level. Why am I being demonized here? Please, go on. What did you see next? When you say students, do you mean students from this pharmacology department? Yes, they're all very fond of their drug. Please try to stay on topic. So to find some pharmacology students, you went to the labs, correct? That's what I was planning to do, but in the end, I wound up not going. A group of about 10 research students came running out of the building entrance. Somehow, they all seemed to know what was going on. The students knew what was going on. Press for more details. But how could the students have known that what was going on? Well, I don't know for sure that they knew what had happened. It's just, they all seemed kind of excited about something. Doesn't look like I'm going to get any more info about the students. So the students called the police? Yes, I was so panicked. Yes, well, anyone would have been, my dear. That girl, she's telling a super obvious lie, and she knows it. She's just pretending to protect Mr. Wright. Yes, that's got to be it. Way to go, Mia. Okay, that means I'm going to have to dig deep to find the contradiction on this one. Murder in the courthouse. Very little information is being disclosed at this time, since the victim of yesterday's incident in the district courthouse cafeteria is said to have been a lawyer. However, police are questioning the 19-year-old female college student who was sitting with the victim. That's everything I know. It's probably some sound. Is it the testimony? Now, unless I'm mistaken, Mr. Wright is in the art department. If that's the case, then what were you doing by the pharmacology building? Well, I'm in the literature department. I'm studying Japanese Senryu poetry. Oh, how wonderful! Isn't it? It's a humorous yet satirical style of haiku, yes? Nothing left to do when a man reaches this age. Sleep is his best. Oh, sleep is his best. That's supposed to be poetry. Sounds more like a midlife crisis. For me to get to the art department, I have to walk through that back gate. Yes, I see. That makes sense. When I want to enter the courthouse, I always walk through the front doors. How else would you enter? Teleportation. Ugh. Are you saying that the victim just collapsed on his own? Yes. In other words, the defendant never touched the victim. Is that right? I was watching the whole time. Jeannie never did a thing to Dougie. I press her for no good reason. I just know the judge will get angry with me. So what should I do about her testimony just now? I gotta do it anyway. Show contradiction. Feeble lies are not very becoming, Miss Hawthorne. So let's drop them, shall we? What? I I would never. Miss Faye, I will not allow you to badger this witness. I believe the defense is engaged in a fishing expedition. That is, she has no supporting. Please don't glare at me like that. I'm just doing my job. Now then, Miss Hawthorne. The defendant's palm print was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. It has already been shown that Mr. Wright did, in fact, push the victim. What? There's no need to try to cover for the defendant. It would be much better if you came out and told us the whole truth. There's nothing to worry about, young lady. Just tell us everything that you saw. Yes, Your Honor. I will. If you don't mind, I'd like to revise my testimony. Looks like we're finally getting somewhere. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. You didn't see it? Well, I saw the moment when Dougie fell to the ground. And at that time, there was only the two of them at the scene. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and the victim, Doug Swallow. Yes, that's right. It didn't look like they were fighting, and I didn't hear anything unusual either. Oh no. I don't want to do this. So what did it look like they were doing to you? I thought they were having a nice, friendly afternoon conversation. Oh, give me a break. That's why I really wasn't watching them all that closely. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all? No, nothing at all, Mr. Judge. Oh, I like the sound of that, Mr. Judge. Now then, please proceed with your testimony. Okay. Anything unusual? There's a loud sound when this happened.
Objection!
You say you didn't hear anything unusual. Is that correct? Yes, that's why I was very relaxed looking at the scenery around me. It's nice, but I find that just a little odd. I have here the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright, and he clearly testified to the effect that when he pushed the victim, he heard a sharp, loud noise. He said that? If you were really that close to the two of them, why didn't you hear this noise as well? Well, maybe the noise just wasn't all that memorable. But according to Mr. Wright's testimony, it was a sharp noise, like a snap. There's no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression. May I have a moment to answer? But by all means. I know the reason why I didn't hear the noise. You see, the truth is, I had my headphones on, and I was listening to music at the time. Headphones? You mean that both of your ears were covered? The rain was just beginning to let up, but it seemed as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet. So the sky continued to flash and rumble. Thunder and lightning, huh? Yes, I'm afraid of the sound of thunder, so I put my headphones on to block it out. Hello? Well, Your Honor, as you can see, there weren't any contradictions in her testimony after all. Wait a sec, Mia, that testimony just now. She said something that could totally change this whole case. There's light. Your Honor, there is a problem with the witness's testimony. What do you mean? Didn't you notice? She said that there was lightning, correct? Yes, what about it? Well, lightning is actually a large discharge of electricity in the atmosphere. Am I right? Now's not the time for a science lesson, Miss Faye. Yes, Your Honor. Anyway, since the cause of death was electrocution, isn't it possible that the victim died from being hit by a bolt of lightning? Oh. I must admit that the thought that not occurred to me. Just what kind of thoughts do occur to this guy anyway? This entire case is built on the premise that Mr. Doug Swallow was murdered, but that very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes that Mr. Swallow was, in fact, the victim of a stray bullet. It appears the defense may be onto something. Could it be that the death was actually accidental? Alright, you did it, Mia. I'll be taking that not guilty today. I've heard that you have such a low opinion of me, Miss Faye. I'm not a fool, you know. The prosecution has done its research here. We found that there were no lightning strikes on that day at that location. What? What's more, we have evidence that the electrical cable is definitely linked to this case. And who's Mr. King? Well, what is this evidence? This affidavit. And who is this affidavit from? Pharmacology students who were conducting experiments in their labs that day. Allow me to read out to the court the testimony of the pharmacology students. All equipment in the labs lost power all of a sudden at around 3 o'clock p.m. that day. Was it a blackout? All the lab's equipment runs on high voltage, Your Honor. So you're saying that equipment lost power because... Precisely. They lost power because of the severed electrical cable. The power outage occurred at approximately 3 o'clock p.m. which fits with the time of death listed in the autopsy report. Exactly. In other words, the victim died as a result of touching the severed electrical cable. According to the students, the cables were very old. They were planning on having them replaced in the near future. I see. Apparently the cables had become so brittle that even the smallest bump would have caused them to break. However, there is one thing that troubles me. If the cable could have been broken by any small bump, then it wouldn't have snapped if it hadn't been bumped into, correct? Well, I suppose you could say that. Miss Faye, do you have any thoughts regarding the cause of the severed cable? Your Honor, I don't like how this is looking one bit. I have to come up with something to try to gain some momentum. If it pleases the court, the defense would like to state its opinion. Well then, let's hear it. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break? Some sort of impact. It wasn't gonna bro, was it? Why was it broken, though? Because he fell on top. What? Can that happen? This is it. This is why the cable snapped. Well, Your Honor, I believe that the only thing that has snapped is you got signs yet. Yeah, please, Your Honor, give me one more chance. I was like, what? Oh yeah, it was his watch. Should I just show the testimony? It says some sort of impact, so they don't know what the impact was. It was him falling on top of it? Oh no. I'll just do this testimony to see what it says. What would I get? Okay. That's all. That's all I can do. Okay, I'm out of ideas. Your Honor, please think back to Mr. Wright's testimony. Defendant's testimony. He said that after he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, sharp noise. Now, this happened at around 3 o'clock p.m., correct? Yes, that sounds right. Wait, are you saying that the lab equipment lost power at 2:55 p.m., which fits right in Mr. Wright's time? In other words, it was Mr. Wright's shove that caused the power out. So, wait, the weight of his body, of Doug's body when he fell? What? Yes, the prosecution also came to that same conclusion. It was that very shove that caused Mr. Swallow to be electrocuted. I'm afraid I can't agree with you there, Mr. Payne. What's that supposed to mean? Take a good look at where the victim landed after being shot. See down, Tom. It's by the electrical pole. That's right. The victim banged into that pole as a result of the push. It was that impact that caused the cable to break. Well, that makes sense. And then the victim was electrocuted. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but no. It doesn't make sense though. If the victim was shoved into the far pole, then he couldn't have been electrocuted by the severed cable on the foreground here. In other words, someone other than my client must have electrocuted the victim. Order in the court. The lamentations of my enemy. How I've longed to hear them. It's true, the defense is absolutely correct. There doesn't seem to be any way the defendant could have done it. Mr. Judge, sir, may I say something? The Madam Attorney's explanation. She said some things that are a little different than I remembered. What the? Please, just once more. May I please testify one last time? Please, Mr. Judge. Of course it's alright. Just go ahead and give your new testimony. Just a second. She's finally starting to show her true colors. What a witness, part 2. The truth is, Feeney pushed him twice. The first time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke. Then Dougie tried his best to run away from him, but Feeney caught up and crashed into him from behind. The cable snapping, and Dougie being electrocuted. It all occurred in less than a minute. So after being shoved, the victim got up and tried to run away. And that is when the defendant pushed him for the second time. I'm so sorry, Feeney, but I just have to tell the truth. Am I doing the right thing? Am I, Mr. Judge? Of course you are, my dear. As painful as it may seem, you are. Now then, Miss Fay, you may proceed with your cross-examination. Oh no. I feel very bad about having to do this. She's probably one of the most sympathetic girls on trial so far. No. Okay. That doesn't sound quite right. There were handprints found on the chest of the victim's leather jacket. Mr. Payne, were there also prints found on the back of his leather jacket? Well, no, there were. Madam Fay, may I suggest that you listen a little more carefully? I said that he crashed into it from behind, right? My Feeney wouldn't leave any prints behind him at least, would he? Did you actually witness the moment the victim was electrocuted? I'm sorry, I didn't actually see it. I turned my eyes away. That's understandable. Yes, indeed, it would have been a horrific sight for anyone. If I don't figure out the contradiction, it's all over. She didn't have much time to come up with her lie, so this is my best chance. There must be a hole in the testimony somewhere. Think, Pete. So let me get this straight. You were happily listening to music on your headphones while you watched the scene unfold. Miss Faye, I'll have to ask you to stop badgering the witness. I wasn't happy. I was so scared that I couldn't even move. All I could do was stand there and cheer them on. Cheer them on? What do you mean by that? Well, I wish the best for them both, and that they would each get to fight their all. That's very sweet of you to be so sportive. And what happened after that? So, if he's on the ground after the first push, how could he have run away?
Objection!
What? Is that not it? Meh.
Objection!
Okay, try the other one.
Objection!
That's enough, witness. I'm afraid I don't understand. You will in a minute. Could you please take a look at this picture? Oh, okay. I could do that, or... Okay. Oh, that medicine. That's the one Feeny likes to take for his cold. It's not the medicine I want you to look at. It's the wristwatch. It stopped at the precise time that the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 p.m. Yes, and your point is, Miss Faye? My point is this. What time was it when the lab suffered that power outage due to the cable snapping? Well, according to the student's testimony, the answer is clear. It was 2:55 p.m. Here! Would you care to explain to the court, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne, what exactly happened during this 10-minute interval? The defense proposes that it was during this interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Doug Swall. Order in the court. What about... this is nonsense. The real murder?
Objection!
Even you can't deny that the time between the cable break and the electrocution are completely unaccounted for. Then who was it? Who else are you saying could have done it? There's only one person who could have murdered Mr. Swallow. Only after my client had let this. Was there a window of opportunity for the real killer? Miss Faye, is the defense ready to indict someone as this real killer? It's finally time. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Yes, Your Honor, we are ready. Very well. But remember, if you accuse the wrong person, you will be penalized. Think very carefully before you speak, Miss Faye. Now then, Miss Faye, let's have it. Who is the real killer? That could have been her. She's the only other person there. It could only have been you, Dahlia Hawthorne. What? How can you... The defense is grasping at straws. 10 minutes passed between the time the cable broke and the time of the electrocution. What exactly were you doing that whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Were you really listening to some music while cheering them both on as they fought? I find it hard to believe that you didn't lift a finger to stop the men dearest to you. Order! Miss Faye. What? I mean, why? Miss Hawthorne, I believe you did witness the two men fighting on that day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene, it was you who pushed Mr. Swall to his death by your very own hands. How can you say something so mean, Madam Faye? I didn't do anything. That animation. This is a very serious charge. What? Oh, Your Honor. Please, I have something I want to say. You. Well, what is it? Please strike everything the defense said just now from the record. What the? Are you daft? You're totally wrong, Miss Faye. Don't. She couldn't do something like that. Mr. Wright, get back in your seat. Bailiff, grab that man. Leave my Dahlia alone. Did that boy. He's gotten himself in way over his head. Oh, Mr. Grossberg, you're back. It seems I've arrived just in the nick of time. I found the police report on that incident in your newspaper clipping. Oh, thank you so much. This is exactly what I was hoping for. You better take a good look at it. It details how you came to lose your boyfriend. Now then, the defense has made a very serious accusation. Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this? Well, really, Your Honor, I interrupt you for just a moment, Mr. Prosecutor? Don't you worry, my dear. I have the situation well in hand. Go right ahead. Madam Faye, are you seriously accusing me of killing my sweet Doug? Yes, I am. Not only am I saying you murdered Doug Storm, but you also tried to pin the whole thing on your current lover, Phoenix Wright. I told you that you should let me handle this. Sorry, please go ahead. How can you say that? I'm absolutely devoted to my dear Phoebe. The notion that I would try to frame him is ludicrous. This is all just too much for poor little me to bear. I believe the girl was trying to ask what on earth her motives would be. The answer to that lies somewhere in this police report. It must. 8 months ago, an incident occurred in the basement cafeteria of this building. And then, that same day, the two of them accidentally meet. Your Honor, the defense requests further testimony from Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Further testimony? What about? About the events of the day when she first met the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What could that possibly have to do with this case?
Objection!
The witness claims that she has no reason to frame the defendant. Am I correct? Well, I have evidence that suggests that she, in fact, had a very good reason. Very well then. The court grants the defense's request. Young lady, would you mind staying on for just a bit longer? Of course not, Mr. Judge. Get ready for the battle of your life, Dahlia Hawthorne. How I met my Feeny. I first met my daughter Feeny 8 months ago. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. We've been going out ever since that day. We're so lovey-wovey. Literally makes people sick. It's just jealousy. Mr. Wright, do that. Oh, he added to her testimony. Do that again, and you will be held in contempt of court. And now we enter the final act of her whole drama. As we used to say in the days of my youth, go get her. No. No, it's too pure. So until that time, you have been dating Doug's phone. Yes, I'm a real fool. I know. Letting my emotions change so quickly, I'm ashamed of myself. Oh, no, not at all. Look at me. I'm infamous for changing my mind. My critics have even taken to calling me Judge Fickle. Maybe you should go look for a different employee. Despite that, however, he always hands down the correct verdicts. That's why some people also call him the Great Judge. Oh no, so she murdered him because, something with Doug. It had to have been. I can't do it. I just want to see everything she says first. The courthouse reading room is a strange place to meet the love of your life. That's not true, Madam Faye. After all, Feeny was not only an art student, but he was also planning on becoming a lawyer. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about you, Miss Hawthorne. What was a literature student like you doing in a courthouse room? This line of questioning is a waste of time. It has nothing to do with our murder case. Stay, I'm warning you, this has nothing to do with Mr. Swallow's case. I have to remember the judge is on Dahlia's side. I better tread carefully. Yeah, if the judge gets any angrier, we'll lose the whole case. I'll just have to hold my tongue for the time being. Now then, young lady, please go on with your testimony. Tell us about the time you first met Phoenix Wright. So they got together and then she killed Doug. What is wrong with you, girl? So what was it about Mr. Wright then? And your heart malfunction like that? In my personal opinion, he just looks like a typical snotty-nosed college man. Perhaps to a woman your age, but to me, he is handsome. Perhaps to you, Miss Hawthorne, but to the rest of the planet, even a dime a dozen. Love is a mysterious thing, and I object to this line of questioning. If you were to look at my life, for example, you may all be shocked. He's telling the truth. It was truly, truly shocking. Beautiful mushroom, but tall in the darkness. It comes from cowbell. That's the poem that best describes how I feel about my teeth. What the... Were there any bad feelings between you and Mr. Swallow? No, not at all. We parted on very good terms. But that can't be. Our investigation also shows that it was a clean breakup. Huh? Are you sure? Yes, it seems that they both wanted it that way. So the victim wanted to break up. Press further. So you're saying that Mr. Swallow also wanted to break up? Well, you see... What a cruel thing to ask a lovely young lady like this. By the way, I've never once considered leaving my life. No one cares, Mr. Payne. She didn't deny it. That must be... Doug Swallow must have seen through her little eye. So no one cares. He must have gotten the ghost of her true meaning. Listen to me. That woman has the judge in the palm of her hand. So the only way to discredit her is to find a contradiction in her testimony. But I can't. What does it say? Instant overview. Location, District Courthouse Cafeteria. Date and time, August 27th, 4 o'clock p.m. Victim, Diego Armando, age 20. Intoxication. Lawyer, suspect, Dahlia Hawthorne. Wait, what? Details. Armando ingested poison while interviewing the suspect regarding the case. Traces of poison were found in the victim's coffee cup. No poison was found in the vicinity or on the suspect's person. It is unclear how the poison entered the victim's coffee. What? This isn't even the first time. What? What? Is this the only thing I can do? Keep pressing. Your Honor, if you'll allow me just some attitude, I think I can establish relevance. Please ask her to continue on with your testimony. Very well. Young lady, I've got a simple question. What were you doing downstairs in the courthouse room? If it pleases Your Honor, the answer is simply this. That was it. I have no idea. I have no... Wait, no, I need good news. I need to get something new. Okay. I've come to this courthouse to do some research for a paper I was writing. Okay. You were writing a paper? On what? On the relationship between modern Sumerian poetry and the criminal life. That sounds like a fascinating research idea. Am I getting old? Now I've even forgotten what I've forgotten. Again with the midlife crisis stuff. Mia, why did that girl really come to this courthouse? Isn't that what you wanted to know? Speaking of forgetting things, you haven't forgotten the police report, have you? I went through a lot of trouble to get it, dear, so please be sure to read it carefully. Okay. Hey, Miss Hawthorne, you weren't here because of your research paper, were you? Didn't you actually come here for a much more important reason? What is the meaning of that cocky smile on your face, Miss Fate? 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse, there was another tragedy. Another tragedy? Do you mean the incident in which an attorney was poisoned? Attorney? The name of the suspect in that incident is listed here in this report, and that name is Dahlia Hawthorne. What? Dahlia Hawthorne? Yes, the sweetie pie of everyone's eye, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. She was the prime suspect in a criminal case just 8 months ago. Order! 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 This is unbelievable. It's true. The whole voice rose, and I just insane. Miss Faye, that's not fair. You can't slander my witness with an unrelated case. I was in pain. Not allowed. Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking. Pardon me. Go right ahead. It's true that about 8 months ago, the police expressed some interest in me. Expressed some interest, huh? Mr. Judge, sir, I know I'm under oath, so I'll tell you the absolute truth. I did not commit the crime that occurred during that incident 8 months ago. I see. Okay, I tied the two crimes together. Now I've just got to stay on no offense. Well done, Mia. Oh, you really lit a fire in my heart and my buttocks. I can hardly tell which is more inflamed, my spirit or my hemorrhoids. The poisoning. I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened. From what I heard, it was a liquid poison that was lethal at just 2 teaspoons. Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. So you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that. So that's what happened here 8 months ago. However, as you've heard from the witness's testimony, she had nothing to do with it. I think the defense is just about out of tricks. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Payne, but I'm afraid the defense has many more tricks up its sleeve. And I'll be sure to show them to you before the end of this cross-examination. What the? Why does the defense suddenly feel stronger? Ha! Mia, you're going with a true lawyer's aura, my dear. Proud posture and self-confidence. Absolutely smashing. I am having trouble. How long were you gone? I've already answered all these questions for the police, but if you must know, maybe 10 or 20 minutes. And where were you during this time? Using the toilet? What are you saying, Mr. Toilet! My perfect with Dolly doesn't prove it. You heard the defendant mistake. Better luck next time. Oh, please. Police have already looked into this whole matter. This line of questioning is nothing but a waste of the court's time. Objection sustained. Miss Hawthorne, please continue with your testimony. Special kind of poison? How so? Well, I heard that it's almost impossible to use. Oh, and where would something like that come from? I'm sorry, all I know is what I overheard the policeman say. They said something about using advanced chemical processes to cure it. Chemical processes? Well, that's great. Impressive. Most impressive. The better question is, how did the criminal get something like that? This is the only thing I can think of that would have anything to do with that. What?
Objection!
Just want to try that right now. I don't. What would I get from this? That's the reason they didn't arrest you? Because no one could show how you could have gotten poison? I think that's a good enough reason, madam. She's right, and I think we've all had enough of Miss Faye's questions. So So in essence, the main reason Miss Hawthorne was never arrested for this crime was because no one could show how she could have obtained the poison. And all we have to do is find a way to establish how she could have gotten some. Great. Now just how did a Wright student get a hold of poison of all things? What were you talking about? The defense attorney. Well, I'm sorry, but that's confidential. According to the report, you were being interviewed regarding another case. The lawyer that was killed, he said he wanted to talk about an incident I was caught up in when I was younger. Why don't you tell us all what that incident was? That has absolutely nothing at all to do with this case. Objection sustained. Defense's question is stricken from the record. You get involved in a lot of incidents, don't you? Well, I guess I was just born under a bad star. Don't worry, darling. I'll protect you. You are a good man. Now that is true love, young lady. Oh, please. These two really are making me ill, albeit for decidedly different reasons. About how much liquid is 2 teaspoons? Well, let me see. My bottle of eye drops says it's 1.5 fluid ounce, which is equal to 3 teaspoons. So it's about 2/3 of that amount. Poison was found in the lawyer's medical record. It must have been after I left the table. Someone must have quietly slipped it in there. I don't know. I don't know. This was not around the time that it couldn't have been that. So,
Addiction!
Not even that. Okay, I don't know this one. No, I can do this. He's too cute. No, Dolly. Oh, jeez. There's just no way. No. Couldn't have done this. No. Alright, this blows my mind. Apparently it is duh on this.
Objection!
You wouldn't know how to get that kind of poison? I don't believe you. What? In fact, you had easy access to that kind of poison, didn't you? At your boyfriend's lab. Boyfriend? You mean the victim, Doug Swallow? That's right. Up until 8 months ago, Miss Hawthorne was dating Mr. Swallow. And if you'll recall, Mr. Swallow was a pharmacology student at Ivy University. Pharmacology? His laboratory contained a highly advanced chemistry equipment. In fact, without such equipment, the culprit could never have obtained such a rare and special poison. Well, Miss Hawthorne, it seems you had access to such a poison after all. And then, it was a matter of slipping it into the victim's coffee when he was in the The only person who could have done that was the one sitting at this very table. You. Order. Could it be? Okay, that got me, Capcom. I had no idea. Nothing but a... Wait, I said something bad? What is it, Miss Hawthorne? The amount of poison in the coffee is 2 teaspoons, correct? In order to carry that much liquid, you would need some kind of container. Well, yes, that's true. I searched immediately after the incident took place. Quite true. In fact, the entire courthouse was turned upside down. But they didn't find a suspicious container anywhere. She's right. They even mentioned that in the report. Well, you could have easily gotten rid of something that small. Excuse me, madam, but this is a court of law. If you're saying I threw the poison container away, I think you need to show some kind of proof. Proof? She's got me good with that. You know, provide some evidence or I'll have to fill out this final question in this case. Unless we can come up with some evidence, we're going to lose this week. Police conducted a full-body search of Dahlia and of the entire courthouse, and yet the container holding the poison disappeared after the crime. You're going to accuse the young lady of committing the murder. Then, where is the container that was carried in? What happened to it? You were forced to get rid of the container in a hurry, and that's why you passed it on to someone that had nothing to do with the case. Someone that you knew wouldn't be searched. Who is this person? Mr. Phoenix Wright, of course. So the defendant was this witness's accomplice? Of course not. She gave the poison to him, disguised as a prisoner. What? But that's... That's a charming little necklace. Is this a little one? It's really quite cute. So what about it? What does it mean? The day that the witness met and fell for Mr. Phoenix Wright was 8 months ago. August 27th, the same day as the poison. The very same day as the poison. Under the pretense of love, the witness gave my client a present. All for the purpose of hiding the one piece of evidence that would give her away. What? Are you saying there's a deadly poison in here? No, there's no longer any poison in that bottle. However, I'm certain if the crime lab were to analyze, they would find a trace somehow. No! Order in the court.
Objection!
On behalf of Dolly, I object. Mr. Wright, control yourself. I won't let you bully her like this. Mr. Wright, I thought I told you to stay in your seat. Mr. Wright, why? Why are you going through so much trouble to protect her? Why? Because I'm madly in love with her. Madly in love. I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time. Mr. Wright, have you ever thought about this? Why exactly would a woman like Dahlia Hawthorne want to date you anyway? Well, I guess she must be madly in love with me too. Mr. Wright, Please, open your eyes. At this point in the trial, I think it should be obvious to everyone. The real reason that Dahlia Hawthorne is doing this. To keep you quiet? What? Naturally, it's to keep you quiet. What? To keep me quiet? Keep me quiet about what? Well, it seems that the rest of us don't quite understand you, Mr. Nor do we understand what this file's secret that is Hawthorne is. That's because there is no secret, I tell you. Or, how dense can you be? It's fake. Let's think it over. Now wait, so why is that an option? No. Misdirection, red herring. Because of that necklace? No, but she is. What? Really? Dahlia Hawthorne was not and is not madly in love with you. The only thing she's after is that bottle necklace you love to wear around your neck. I have a necklace? Back there in the waiting room. You said it yourself. Yeah. Please give it back now. Huh? For Dahlia Hawthorne, that necklace is the irrefutable evidence to her crime. That's why she absolutely had to get it back. You're lying, but you never gave it back to her. And to make things worse for her, you insisted on showing it to everyone you met. That's why she... I don't believe you. No, that's a lie. Yeah, defend it. He's getting away. Dale, hurry, after him. Oh. Mia, are you alright? Yes, I think so. That boy, he went completely insane. Where's Mr. Wright? It looks like the bailiff caught him, so he should be back soon enough. Thank goodness. Oh no. What is it? The bottle necklace. Miss Hawthorne's present. It's gone. What? That's terrible. Mr. Wright must have grabbed it when he slammed into me. Foolish boy. That's the only thing that could have saved him. What in blazes are we supposed to do now? Mr. Wright, this sort of behavior is unprecedented in the history of this court. I'm sorry. I'm afraid that your apology is not enough. Mr. Wright, what did you do with the bottle necklace? Forgive me. I'm sorry. It's okay. Just give back the necklace. I ate it. You what? You ate it? It was too big to swallow, so I had to chew it into little bits first. But yeah. What is he doing now? Your Honor, you have to stop this trial. Mr. Wright, are you doing okay? Your son, that bottle is small and it has some poison left in it. It seems the defendant had proven the prosecution's case for us. Clearly that bottle did not contain poison. How can you be so sure? I think that's obvious. As you can see, the defendant is still very much alive. As for the poison, more like a fledgling defense attorney's overactive imagination. So it would seem...
Objection!
No, there must be some mistake. The bottle must not have had any poison left. Either that or the poison must have lost its potency. There. It's alright, Rich. Trusting your client is the most noble thing a defense attorney can do. And it's heartwarming to see that you place this much faith in Mr. Wright. But that's how it is for us on the prosecution side, too. For example, I would trust the witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life. Which is why I can state that your assessment of her is completely wrong. That's enough. Unfortunately, Miss Faye, I cannot accept your explanation of the events. But why? This may be impossible for a beginner like you to understand, but in a court of law, evidence is everything. Even after I prove so much, is she going to get away with everything? Well, now that the suspicion surrounding Miss Hawthorne has been cleared up, I would like to... Mr. Wright. Sorry, Miss Faye. It totally slipped my mind. I'm really sorry. I know you believed in me, and I feel like I really let you down. Mr. Wright, what are you trying to say? There's something I forgot to tell you. What is it? That day. The day I met Doug Swallow. Someone stole poison, but what? Poison? The same thing happened 8 months ago. A drug sample was stolen. She came to the lab that time too. It could only have been her. That girl is a thief. Stop it! Aw. Is it true? Did you really say that? That's ridiculous! There's one more thing. After I pushed in that day, I got worried and came back to have a look. And she was there. Dahlia was right there. She was crouched down next to him. What? She told me not to ever tell anyone about it, but I'm sorry, Dahlia. Your Honor, the defendant is Miss Faye. You tell him. Dahlia didn't do it. She's innocent. So Dahlia stole poison 8 months ago too. If you put that together with Mr. Wright's testimony, then there's only one possible conclusion. The defense believes that Miss Dahlia Hawthorne stole some poison on the night before she killed Doug Swallow. The night before? Naturally, her motive for stealing it was to kill someone. Miss Faye, if you're so certain of your theory, then let me ask you this. Mia, this is your last chance. Think carefully now. There's something that she desperately wanted to get back. Therefore, exactly who was Miss Dahlia Hawthorne? There was one person that was standing squarely in Miss Dahlia Hawthorne's way, and that person was Mr. Phoenix Wright. Me? Oh, that's preposterous. After all, it was Doug Swallow that was murdered. Well, it's true that's how things worked out. But let's remember that Mr. Swallow died of electrocution, not poison. The person that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison was in fact there's no one else that could be. But how can that be? I thought Mr. Wright and Miss Hawthorne were in love. Poor Mr. Wright. This must be killing me. Hang in there. I'll bring her to justice. I swear. As I said before, the only thing Miss Hawthorne truly cared about was the one piece of evidence linked her to that incident 8 months ago. That's right. The bottle necklace. That's all she cared about. But even so, why would she go so far as to murder her? 8 months ago, just after the fall of that turning in the basement cafeteria. Dahlia Hawthorne could think of only one thing. How to get rid of the bottle necklace as quickly as possible. No, it can't be. It was a pretty good move she made too. The evidence was missing for a long time. But there was just one big problem. Although she got him to hide the evidence, Mr. Wright refused to return it to her. To him, the tiny little bottle was the cherished treasure. He even showed it to everyone he knew. You mean, that's why she tried to kill Mr. Wright? Correct, Your Honor. It was to retrieve that piece of evidence. That can't be true. What a joke you are. Honestly, how can any woman ever count on you for anything? I even told you time and time again to keep your trap shut about me and that necklace. You disgust me. Miss Hawthorne, it appears that we're nearing the end of this trial. Fine, I can tell you plan on making me into a criminal no matter what I say. You are a criminal, Miss Hawthorne. We'll see about that. But first, where's your evidence? It seems you're sniveling little crybaby with clients and eating the bottle as a snack. Well, hey, old man, are you senile or something? Why don't you say something instead of sitting there with that dumb look on your face? Miss Hawthorne, what's happened to you? Are you really that shocked? Or do you prefer me this way, Mr. Judge? with absolutely no proof. You treat a voluntary witness like she's a mass murderer. Well, I have nothing more to say. I'll be heading home now, if you don't mind. But we're not finished. Fine. Then ask this nasty old hag to finish up already. I can't let her get away this time. Stop me. If you keep on pushing without any evidence, you could pay the ultimate price as a lawyer. The ultimate price. You'd be forced to take off your attorney's badge forever. No! You better think it over carefully, Miss Faye. Or should I say, Miss Gray? Well, Miss Faye, you provide evidence that would establish your guilt once and for all. If I mess up here, my career as a lawyer is over. But to be honest, at this point, I don't have any evidence that's well-founded. Even so, I'd rather lose my attorney's badge than let her get away. Your Honor, defense would like to present. Impossible. Can't possibly. Stupid woman. It is the opinion of the court that there has already been enough discussion. Therefore, I will allow only one piece of evidence. Just one? If you are unable to establish your guilt, then I'm afraid that a very harsh verdict will be handed down in this way. I understand, Your Honor. I can just imagine the headlines for tomorrow's newspaper. Up-and-coming lawyer plummets to earth before she gets the chance to soar. She was planning to poison Mr. Wright. If that's the case, then the poison was probably in there. Well then, Mr. Faye, Miss Faye, please present your evidence. Show to this court if you refuse to prove that small court was playing poison Mr. Wright. Oh, okay. This evidence is cultural errors. Here it is, Your Honor. The evidence that will prove her guilt once and for all. Paul Killer X, Phoenix Wright's beloved cold medicine. Does our rookie defense attorney have a bit of a cold? If I did, I still wouldn't take this cold medicine. After all, it's been poisoned. What? Remember what the defendant said in his testimony. She was the one who took his bottle of cold killer X. Then she poisoned it, knowing that Mr. Wright was going to use it. Now you're really grasping at straws. After all, it was the victim, Doug Swall, that was holding the medicine. I would like the court to recall a crime that happened here 8 months ago. Where did Miss Hawthorne hide that? Oh, what are you talking about? 8 months ago, the poison was hidden in her bottle necklace, which she then gave to someone else for tea. Someone she had accidentally run in the room of my client, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, that's right. She did the same thing this time as well. After shoving the victim, Mr. Phoenix Wright left the scene of the crime. That is when the murderer, Dahlia Hawthorne, appeared. With her, she was carrying a poisoned bottle of cold killer X. This, of course, is so she could carry out her plan and murder Mr. Wright. I believe she did testify that she was going to meet with the defendant. Yes, and she already saw everything that happened at the scene of the crime, including what the defendant and victim were arguing about, and the cuddle she needed. That's when she realized, I can't let Doug Swall to live. She used the feathered electrical cable to silence him forever. Unfortunately for her, this is when the problem occurred. Mr. Wright, who she thought had left the scene, came back to the home. And on top of that, because of the power outage, some students showed up as well. It's hardly any wonder that she was, as she put it, in a state of panic. Recall that she was carrying that bottle of poison cold medicine. She must have thought, what if they searched me like they did 8 months ago? 8 months ago? Yes, she disposed of the evidence exactly the same way as she did that day. She had someone else take it. In this case, Doug Swall. Oh, come on now. Everyone, surely you aren't fooled, right? Or you, this stupid woman, she's nothing but a filthy, stinking lawyer. Right, Mr. Prosecutor? Huh? Yes, that's exactly right. It's just pure desperation.
Objection!
I wonder which one of us is the desperate one. So, Miss Hawthorne, this cold medicine, I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking some. Well, Mr. Wright ate that necklace of yours, right? Now it's your turn to prove your innocence. What do you say? If I'm just a filthy, stinking liar, then there's no need to worry. So come on, show us. I dare you to take some of this medicine right now. Mia Fey, Mia Fey. Do you think you've won? Well, do you, Mia Fey? That's just fine. For the time being, victory is yours. For the time being, well, I have a very long memory, you know. You and I will meet again. I'm certain of it. Well then, Mr. Coach, I'll see you later too. Okay? Why? Yes. I'm going to go spend a little quality time with the men in blue now. I wish you all the best. It's finally over. I refuse to accept this. The defense hasn't shown a scrap of evidence to support their outrageous claim. But even so, your witness seems to have accepted it. I don't care. I'm Winston Payne, and I don't believe one word that this rookie lawyer has said. Well then, Mr. Payne, let me ask you this. Yes? Would you care to try this cold case? What? Just a little earlier, I could have sworn you said. Right there, it's alright. So, if she's so trustworthy, then I'm sure there couldn't possibly be any poison, right?
Objection!
And here comes the... Come on now, rookie killer. Show this rookie how it's done. How much trust do you really have? Are you willing to bet your life? My hair is flying off. My beautiful haircut. Okay, but how though? What's that logic? Oh, Mr. Payne, about Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Yes, Your Honor, I'll file papers for criminal arrest. Tragic, but not surprising. I knew there was something suspicious about her from the very beginning. Don't lie, just admit you were wrong. By the way, Miss Fay. Yes, Your Honor? Was it just me, or did you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne seem to know each other? Your Honor, whether we did or not is no bearing on this case. Very well. Mr. Payne, this can't be happening. It's a nightmare. It appears Mr. Payne has lost his spirit along with his hair. Does the defendant have anything further to say? It can't be true. Dear Dolly. Very well. I believe I'm ready to pass judgment and bring this trial to an end. The court finds the defendant, Phoenix Wright. Whoa. This court is adjourned. Wow. Mija, you were wonderful in there. Thank you for everything, Mr. Rosewood. During the verdict, I thought my hemorrhoids were going to explode like that. Serious. Mr. Rosewood, do you, maybe think you can stop talking about that? That's rather rude. Anyway, this case really made me think. What does it really mean to have a relationship of mutual trust with the client? Perhaps it is we veteran lawyers who have lost sight of this. Oh, Mr. Wright, congratulations. Thanks. I was thinking... The Dahlia saw there on the witness. I don't think that was really her. What? Yeah, the Dahlia I know could never have said those kinds of terrible things. Maybe she was like, I don't know, a fake or something. Well, this poor kid still hasn't got a clue. You need to forget about her, Mr. Wright, for us. Yeah, you're right. It's probably for the best. Also, you need to relax a bit more. Try to grow up a little. But what? Out of all my friends, everyone says I'm the most grown up. What kind of company does this guy keep? Right now, I'm studying to become a lawyer myself. That's what you keep saying. But I thought you were in the art department. Well, yeah, I am. But there's a friend that I desperately want to help. And if I hurry, I should still be able to save him in time. I see. Say, Miss Fay, a lawyer is someone who can help people when they're in trouble, right? Mr. Wright, I'm still new at this myself. But I think that's exactly what a lawyer is. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'll study my butt off. I'll become a lawyer for sure. I hope we can... Oh, I didn't read that. Yes. I'll be a lawyer. Okay, it's It's been 5 years since I was acquitted of all charges. I became a lawyer like I planned and managed to save my family. But Mia has passed on to a better place. For me, this trial brings up a lot of painful memories. But it also brings up some very precious memories. And memories that I thought would never rise to the surface again. Mia is gone now, but even so, I can hear her in my mind. Phoenix, no matter what, always believe in you. In a court of law, your greatest weapon is humility. 5 long years, something has happened that's made me think back to her words of wisdom. But that's the story for another day. Wow. Okay, that was insane. I actually missed the other achievement. Sorry here. Miss Hawthorne, previously in your testimony you said the following. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed on you. I know. I'm sorry. I wanted to protect Phoebe. So that's how you basically lied to the court. I was a bad girl. Mr. Judge? Yes? Would you please forgive little old me? Of course you won't. What you did is called perjury. Oh, come now. It was just a little old white lie. We'll forget it this time. Please be more careful from now on. Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Judge. Not at all. The judge had better be more careful himself. A dark alley is friendlier than that girl.